Hey guys, Eric Knight here. Today is December 28th, 2012, and it finally appears like we're very likely to end up going off this so-called fiscal cliff we've been hearing so much about over the last few months. Now, I actually see this as a positive step in the right direction. Obviously, these Bush tax cuts will expire and everybody's taxes will go up. Now, obviously, it's not something that I'm, terribly excited about having to pay more taxes, but I do believe this is a step in the right direction as far as maybe producing more revenues, and there are some actual spending cuts built into this deal. Over the last several months, it seems like they've had a lot of debate over what to do, and there wasn't a whole lot of compromise, maybe more or less on both sides. And I know the Republicans have taken a lot of heat for this, but I also think, Obama and the Democrats, there's a lot to blame with them as well. It seems like Obama was really hell-bent on raising taxes on the wealthiest individuals in this country, which I believe would kill jobs, and then promise more spending cuts later. Now, I think that really delays the real medication and prolongs this disease that America has currently with the economy. One thing that I am a little bit concerned about is, well, we're likely to probably go back into another recession here. And if you remember right, we had QE3 in September, and now it looks like QE4. We're printing an additional $45 billion a month starting January 1st to purchase bonds. And the parameters that were set around this were basically having unemployment below 6.5% and the level of inflation, which was a manipulated number. So we are printing money into infinity, which is a huge concern for the American people, and there's really no end in sight. Now, best case scenario, what I would like to see happen is we go off the cliff, we start cutting more spending, and we stop all the stimulus. Now, I don't think the stimulus is going to stop anytime soon. If anything, it's probably just going to get worse. And I wish people would stand up and demand that their government stops doing what they're doing. Unfortunately, I don't see that as being a real big possibility anytime in the near future. So one other thing, what I really hope doesn't happen in the next few days is if Congress actually comes back and they have some last minute deal, on December 31st, and we get a bill rammed down our throats, God knows how many pages that might be, where the politicians really don't get a chance to even see what's in the bill. I look at this just kind of like Obamacare. You've got a 2,600 page piece of legislation that we're still today finding out what is actually in this bill. And there's some positive stuff in there, but I would say a lot of it's more negative for the American people. I really hope it doesn't come down to the wire where we get something rammed down our throats. We kick the can further down the road. We delay the real medication to prolong this disease and make the economic Armageddon that much worse when we do face it. So I think 2013 is going to be an interesting year, but I think going off this fiscal cliff is probably the best case scenario for us currently, because again, we're looking at raising more revenues and we're having some, not enough, but some spending cuts. It is a step in the right direction. So that's my take on wrapping up this fiscal cliff. Let's hope and pray that we don't get any surprises here in the next few days. Thank you for tuning in. This is Eric Knight, and we'll have much more to talk about later on tomorrow.